We're bringing you an inside look at the latest technology in Army aviation in this month's edition of our show Recon. Our very own Staff Sergeant Josh Hauser has a preview of how the future of air power is canvassing the battlefield.
The interaction between unmanned aircraft, ground control, and pilots is fast becoming one of the Army's most effective tools.
Unmanned teaming, we've defined 4 levels from you just receive the video off the unmanned system into the manned aircraft to both platforms being able to transfer the sensor data from the manned and the unmanned back and forth and down to the ground. The next level up is the operators of the manned aircraft controlling the payload or the sensor on the unmanned vehicle so they can make it look where they want it to look, which simplifies operation. And the most advanced way to implement manned-unmanned teaming is that the manned aircraft actually controls the unmanned vehicle, not just the sensor, but the whole vehicle.
Basically, the control on the Block 3 aircraft is the first manned platform to be able to do level 2 through level 4 control, which means you can not only receive the video from the UAS, but you can control the UAS's sensor, you can control the navigation of where the UAS goes. And so really, if you think about it from an operational sense, the Block 3 crew will no longer have to hear someone talk them onto a target because a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Pilots flying the Apache Block 3 are actually able to fly an unmanned aircraft like the Army's Gray Eagle and the Shadow right from the cockpit of the Apache.
What's unique about the Army UAVs is you don't really fly them. You tell it where you want it to go, and it flies itself. It's on an automatic control, if you will, an autopilot. So different sort of from the Air Force UAVs where they actually fly them. We just tell them where we want them to go. And the UAV and the Block 3 aircraft actually share a database of control measures or waypoints. So I can simply, with a couple of button pushes, tell the UAV that I want it to go to a certain waypoint. And the UAV flies there. I can change its altitude, I can change its airspeed, and really via a couple of button pushes on the aircraft, I can send it wherever I want it to go. You don't actually fly it, you just tell it where to go.
That capability can provide invaluable information for pilots in the air and soldiers on the ground.
So the man-unmanned teaming works in several ways. The way I like to describe it is the hunting dog out in front of the hunter. When you know what's on the ground before you get there, when you know what your targets look like, when you know what the terrain looks like before you get there, it's a big advantage for that manned aviator. In addition, now with the incorporation of the laser designation, our UAVs can laze for a target and then they can shoot their Hellfire missiles from a great distance, sometime without ever seeing the targets. Once those targets are engaged, then they can do battle damage assessment, all without ever flying over it and putting themselves in harm's way.
The latest edition of Recon premieres on Monday at 07:30 right here on the Pentagon Channel.